students, I hope you're having a great day and night. This is part 3 of a series of classes using Unreal Engine 5 focusing visual effects. So today we're going to be working on importing assets into Unreal. And as you can see here, I have imported this plane. This is from the marketplace. And I also have imported this from a website called CG Trader. Both of them use different ways of importing, and the one that I'm importing from CG Trade is what you would do if you're importing from 3D Max, Maya, Blender. You are exporting your geometry as FBX, and you are also exporting the textures so you can create materials. If they are named correctly, like the material has a specific name and the textures inside of the material also have the same naming but as a texture, Unreal will be smart enough to bring that in. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, you need to create the materials manually. Okay, so let's start. Let's look at the first way that we're going to bring things in. So let's start with the harder one, that will be using CG Trader. So you can get this from CG Trader. They have some free assets and that's awesome. Just go to Google and search for CG Trader and you can see here. So we're gonna go CG Trader free. I think that's even better. And I'm going to go for, not for the ad, just see models here, 3D models. And as you can see, there's a lot of things in here. Now, we want something that has a texture, so I can show you a little bit of how you can create your material. You could bring things like this car, and this will be more like a material. You're creating material that does not have texture, it's just a pure color, but has reflection and other things. And also, I would say there are some really cool 3D free assets here. For example, this one for Mandalorian, but they're much more complex. The ship is divided into so many pieces that will be very hard for you to create the material in a tutorial or a class. So I'm gonna go with something simpler. Okay, so in this website, as you can find other websites online, you can purchase things as well. ArtStation is a good one. Let me see, Turbo Squid's another good one. There is another one as well that is pretty good that you can find online. You can find a lot of 3D assets, but we're gonna go simple, go with the cheap and go with the free here. I also want to change this to show 120 items on this page, so I can go down. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get something very simple, and in this case it will be this guy here. I already tested. You can go and start downloading things and test it out. So I'm gonna bring this guy. This is a 3D scan of that person in that position, and it looks really cool. So you just click download, and that is going to ask you to log in. And now I'm logging in, and it's going to run the time again. If you log in earlier before trying to download, then you don't need to wait twice. So I'm going to click again. Now it should give me the option to download it. As you can see, I just got it downloaded. It's showing here on my download folder. I'm going to unzip that, so just go there, and I'm going to use 7-zip to extract that. As you can see, inside the folder I have my FBX. So pretty cool. Thank you, Render People, for the asset for free. That is awesome. I'm sure they have some paid ones too. You guys can take a look. There we go. This is really cool. So let's go forward and bring that into Unreal. So in here we have again the asset that I just downloaded. I'm going to go into asset, and in there I have, for example, let's make a folder, and I'll call this one person, and I'm gonna go and get that, and I'll drag this here. Now before I drag this, what I like doing, this helps a lot. If you have your FBX at the same location as your texture, you can see here, these are my texture. Sometimes Unreal will identify those textures and actually make the material for you. and that is very handy. So let's try here. I'm gonna go drag that in. I drag into that folder, and this is going to appear saying, hey, do you want to bring those things in? I'm gonna say yes. Do you want to create material? Material import method, create new material, and that is good too. So it's going to try to do it for us. Everything else here is default. I haven't changed anything. I'm just going to say import all, and you might get error, okay, saying, hey, there's a problem with the mesh and things like that. This is because it was not exported correctly from another software. It wasn't targeted to Unreal, but this is fine. We should be good at it. And as you can see, we have here, I already exported on another scene another time just to make this initial one. But let's make a scene and bring that in, okay? So for us to make a new scene, I'm gonna go and click on new, and I'm going to get empty because I also have the opportunity to show you how you can use a little bit of lighting and make a simple scene. So I'm going to go and click there, empty level, create, and then in my empty level I'm going to go and bring a sunlight. That's my favorite. It's easy to use. I'm going to go in my sunlight and change my directional light to be a much lower number. Let's go 10. Okay, so there you go. And I'm going to also bring a plane. That will be our ground for now. I'm gonna make that plane maybe like 500. And because I have this lock, this chain here, you can see all those areas were set to default. I'm also going to set this to initial location, and it will be 0. So easy for you to see what we have there. Now you can see there's a little star here saying, hey, this was not saved. We're gonna go and click on save. When you're saving Unreal, I do recommend you always to click on save all. There are different saves that saves different things. This one will save all the content, so I really recommend you to do that. Again, if you go in here, let's wait, it's saving. It's asking me to also save the map. I'm going to save it on my class 3 here. So let's go and this one, demo map. And now you can see here is saved. Again, you can go and click on save different things. You can save the level. This will save just what is in the level. It's not going to save what is in this content browser. So I do recommend you to do that. And there are different saves. So save, you can go and click a specific asset, just clicking save on that. But again, doing save all is a good thing to do. And now if I bring this, you can see we have here skeleton mesh, we have a physics asset, and we also have another skeleton mesh here with different color. But both of them, any of them should be fine. If I bring this in here, you can see that's what we have. Now if I go inside of this material, you can see that I have just this texture. So Unreal was smart enough to see inside and say, hey, there's actually a texture for this mesh that we brought in. But I'm going to make a new one. I think this one is not that good. So we're going to go and right click here. So in this area, we're going to right click and we're going to create a new material. And this will be person underscore M. We can say MT for material, and we have that in there. And then I can double click, go inside of that, and this is where you can create your material. Blender has something similar to it. Most of other 3D softs, they also have some kind of hyper shade that you can control this. So you would bring your textures from another software. It could be from, again, Blender, Maya, ZBrush, or any texture software you could bring from there, and you just export these layers. Now I cannot drag this in here because I haven't imported that. I have imported the this came automatically, but not the other one. So just go and drag this and bring that in here, and then it's gonna ask, hey, oh, didn't even ask, just imported. And you can see that now we have them re-imported, but they are not saved. So again, click save all and you should be good. That's what I'm saving here. And okay, so I'm going to bring the textures that we have here into the material so you can create the material properly. we're going to use the albedo, the normal, and maybe this one. This one seems like is the glossiness. Glossiness most of the times like kind of specular thing. So let's bring that in. Oops, I forgot that one. So let's bring it there, and then let's connect it here. This is not a metal, it's a person with clothes. So again, I think glossiness might be the one. We're gonna go and connect it there, and then we're gonna connect the normal in here, and the albedo or base color is going to be over there. And we should have our material correct and done. I'm gonna click apply. I always click on apply and then save, and you should have now this new material. So now if you apply this material, again this one here, since they're very similar, right? You can see that this one here is not as detailed as this one, is because this has the normal map. So now I can select this person, this asset that is on the map, and I can go and drag that material into it. And you can see that now it's compiling the shader, so it's preparing that material to be applied to him, and we have it in there. So it's pretty cool, right? Now, the same way we have this was applied to this instance of this this mesh that we brought in. And as you can see here, this is the pink one here, and this is it's like a skeleton mesh. If I double click on it, we can actually replace the right material here, because you see this is still using the old material. So we want to use the new one. And now when I bring that in, that is changed. You can see he's a little bit more shiny there. Again, I think I didn't do it 100% correct, but this is okay for the class. And now as you can see that I brought that in, this is applied to this skeleton mesh in the content browser. So when I bring it in, it's going to come with the new material. Okay, and that's it. That's how you bring it in. Again, you could go and tweak, and we could go and do more material stuff, but there's a bunch of tutorials about materials, how to bring things in. This is a very quick and easy way for you to bring in, and you can play around with it. If you guys want, I can do more videos about, and we can try to bring something more complex into the scene, but this is good enough. Okay, so that is the first way of importing. That's it for this video. The next video I'm going to also do importing, but we're going to use the marketplace, and that is an easier and much easier way to do, because everything is prepared for us. I hope this video was useful to you. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Bye now.